After Larry Scott, then came Sergio "the Myth" Oliva, who had exceptional genetics and a distinctive posing style. He won 3 Mr. Olympia titles, first in 1967, then in 1968, and for the third time in 1969.
When Sergio Oliva came onto the scene, his presence was impossible to ignore. Blessed with an enormous amount of raw talent and driven by a true warrior spirit, Oliva ascended the ranks of his contemporaries with a grace that made him seem almost unreal. His nickname, The Myth, was well earned.
I first met Sergio Oliva outside Gold's Gym when it was on 2nd Street in Santa Monica. That was the second location. And I still can remember these arms coming out of a Hawaiian shirt with a split in it in order to give him enough room for these huge arms. Sergio is one of the most gifted genetic bodybuilders there ever was. This huge chest, huge arms, flaring thighs, tiny waist. But he was just this incredible display of genetics, and everybody was impressed. Nobody's ever not been impressed by Sergio Oliva.
Sergio Oliva finally won his first Mr. Olympia in 1967.
Larry won the Olympia in 65 and 66 in really outstanding fashion. But he was also aware of somebody coming up behind him real fast.
And Larry, won the title those first 2 years, and then he decided to retire. And along came Sergio.
Joe said, I got a fella here that I want you to meet. He's from Cuba. And he got a great body, and Joe was always bringing those kind of things just to spur you on. And so Sergio Oliva came walking back. He couldn't speak any English at all then. He was just spoke Spanish totally. But I looked at his body and I thought, I am never going to beat this guy. The next year, we Mr. Olympia, and I said, I'm going to go in this one more year. But tonight is my last contest. I'd already decided I was going to quit, but I said, I'm glad I'm quitting because I know I'm not going to beat this guy. He's got natural blessings in his body, his proportions, his size, everything was just magnificent. Never seen a bodybuilder like him.
In 1968, Sergio achieved his second Mr. Olympia victory in a Raw.
When I met Sergio, I had never seen anybody that genetically gifted. Still to this day, I haven't. I well remember this. Sergio only weighed 197 pounds that day, yet each one of his thighs measured 29 inches. His waist was only 27. He was so far advanced over the rest of us. Everybody else could have just posed their ass off, and Sergio could have stood there and he walked away with the contest.
And Sergio just rewrote the books in terms of, you know, round muscle bellies on the small joints. He had this small head that made everything else look massive. You know, it's an illusion. I'd been to a couple of universities and seen all the guys, Arnold, Draper, Park, you know, and impressed, you know.
In 1969, Sergio Oliva won his third and final Mr. Olympia title by beating Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The first time Sergio walked out, I just went back in my seat. He ambled out. There was this, is this human? You know, it was like some sort of holograph that had been made out. The roundness of the muscles, the small waist, the size of his arms when he hit the poses. I've never shot back in my chair at anybody since. You know, it was just amazing.
Again, Sergio Oliva returned to Mr. Olympia in 1970 to participate, but he came in second after losing to Arnold Schwarzenegger. After a few years of not competing in Mr. Olympia, Sergio Oliva made a wild comeback in 1984, but he only managed to place 8th on that competition.
With 8th place, c'est classé 8e, Axter, from USA, Sergio Oliva.
No matter what, I win them all, lose one, it doesn't mean anything. The place that I took tonight, it doesn't matter 8, 9, 1, 17, 20, no matter what, I will be forever the myth.